All right, so here's a walkthrough of what we're looking for on this assignment, what I'm expecting you to do. In the training video, the tutorial video that I gave you for this week, we did some of this already. We created a form and we used a GET request. That's the key to success in this particular assignment. We created some text fields and some labels. We created a field set that with a label that gave us this nice labeling and this nice rectangle around our specific sections. And I want you to use your W3 Schools sleuthing skills to figure out how to implement the rest of these. So I've given you directions on the requirements, but here is a select box that has the teachers' names here, the CIS teachers' names here at the Springfield campus. So I'm looking for a select box with the names. I'm looking for a select box that has months. I'm looking for a box that has numbers in it. So this particular box I can arrow up or arrow down. Notice that I'm limited to 1 through 31. I cannot type in 32 or I'll get an error message. See how it turns red? I cannot put in a negative number. In other words, I'm limited to that range. So I'm looking for that. We're looking for some radio buttons, and radio buttons therefore are what we call mutually exclusive, which means that I can only click one. I cannot choose both. I have to choose one or the other. I'm looking for check boxes, and so these check boxes are set up as courses that you want to get advising on. And notice that I can select more than one, so however many, or not, whatever, you get the idea. You're using a text area, and the idea with the text area is that I can type in multiple lines as opposed to an input box that just has one line. So yes, that is real data. I made it up. So the other facet of that then is if I click the submit button, there has been some validation put in, and I think I show you how to do that on the video. So I have to put in a name and an email address, which that's not correct. I'm just typing quickly. And so now when I hit submit, you're taken to this thank you page, and there's our key value pairs, and we've done that in the video. Notice that all of the values that I entered, and you should double check this to make sure that all the values that you entered are being input. So it looks like I didn't put in a day, so I would double check to make sure I did that correctly. Notice the AM, PM, I'm getting the PM sent over. I'm getting just the check boxes that were selected, and there's our text area. So also notice that on my thank you page, I've added the style sheet. So if you submit a form that has a white background that's not satisfying the equation, you wouldn't want to give your user on a website a blank white page. So make sure you attach the style sheet as well. So if you're getting undefined as an answer, then you might look at, you're probably using a GET request, a POST request instead of a GET request. So pay attention to that. And the difference is, remember that it's going to be coming over in the URL at the top of the page here. Now also notice that in the assignment, I have to fill this in again, Markley K at OTC something. All right, so notice that this is being sent to a thank you page, and there is in your assignment the JavaScript thank you.html page, so utilize that. I don't expect you to know how to use the JavaScript, just implement it like we did in the video. So if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask. You do not, let me reiterate that, you do not need to create JavaScript. This is not a JavaScript class. I've provided what you need in JavaScript in order to grab these values and put these on the page. So that's what I'm looking for, and I look forward to what you can do.